Hello and welcome to Heroes of History. This time we're looking into Queen Seondeok of Silla. Now, I know that's not the one you want to hear the most about. You want to hear the 5-star, but I'm sorry to disappoint you. We are taking him tomorrow. Now, there's some biography, but the more interesting thing is the stats here. There's some decent attack and defense that is close to equal. There's well, an okay amount of hit points, base damage normal, attack speed normal, attack range, move speed medium, and crit chance and crit damage normal. But that's to be expected because, well, she isn't awoken at all, so I will get more defense from her and more focus and some focus regeneration too, and more hit points. Well, a decent amount of extra hit points actually, and more focus, even more focus. So, is that good? Is that bad? Well, let's look into her ability. Now, she has an initial charge of 6.4 seconds, a regular charge of 16 seconds, and her buff is that the Queen Seondeok unleashes her royal command, bestowing the largest cluster of allies with crowd control immunity for 4 seconds, which is, well, quite effective against Cleopatra and the other mind-controlling unit there is right now. And well, it's just about the timing, because the battle goes on auto in the same moment you join an arena battle where it's, well, coming in handy the most. So, depending on how much awoken you get her, she might be the thing that turns around and neglects their the crowd control immunity, and so you won't get your heroes taken over. But on the other hand, if the timing is wrong, well, it'll be a disaster, literally a disaster, because it hits after the crowd control has been set up and not before it is over, and protects it against nothing until next time it lands, and well, then the immunity is gone, and well, you're just fucked. But she also has the inspiring aura, and that enhances their attack speed by 68%, plus 1 for each level. It's level 10 right now, so you can imagine around where it starts. And the movement speed is improved by 150% across a wide radius of 3, which is actually a quite nice radius, especially if you can get your units to move together, like if they are herded to the same direction by someone, well, taunting your units. Then you can basically get all your units at the same point and get all of them with 150% movement speed and 68% extra attack speed too, which is actually quite great. And with an initial charge that will only drop down with the 2 awaken levels that do that, and even the regular charge even also being reduced because the regeneration speed is being increased. So all in all, that's quite good. As you can see, I have 10,000. And, well, let's just master her one more level and see it. Now, let's move out to test her and see if she does any good here. Now, it's a bit tough to actually be able to test her ability against the other heroes and see if she can actually neglect their ability to mind control. So, I've again taken an ordinary battle into question here, in which I, well, can't say I kind of excel by now, because I have really tested a lot on these battles in this province. But on the other hand, well, it makes it easier to compare the result too. So as you can see, first round goes okay-ish. I think the what is it called? The visualization of her power being set out here, it's also quite beautiful. As you can see here in a moment, it's a giant flower. It looks good, though, well, I must say, Tomoe Gosen is really in a devilish spot when it comes to surviving, but it seems to go okay right now. But Tomoe Gosen have never been much about defending herself, but she has a really strong area damage, which I really like. I enjoyed very much because, as you can see here, it really devastates the enemy with a large number of hit points being reduced in a short amount of time. And with the falconry I put on her shoulders, well, she can even do some self-healing to accommodate her lack of defense. Now let's look at the battle stats and see how well it is. It actually has 3-star, which is okay. The test I did before only went with a 2-star and 2 dead heroes. Well, it doesn't look like she's doing a lot, but she does increase the attack speed and thus the damage dealt from our other units, so yeah, she isn't useless at all. But, well, it's kinda hard to see on the battle stats how much she actually gives your heroes in benefits. Now, I preferred Bismarck. Now we have tried 3 taunt heroes recently. Well, a fully woken Bismarck is just better than some 4 stars. No goods. Well, even the 5-star isn't as effective in combat. It's a really strong thing that he taunts that early in the battle, and thus you can really handle your enemies much easier. Especially with a hero like Tomoe Gosen with a weak defense here. She is really protected well with him taking the focus early on and for a very large amount of the damage. Because otherwise, well, she just dies super fast, as you can see here in a moment. When the taunt ability is removed, well, she lost half her hit points in no time, and that's just not good if you're trying to, well, win the battle. I do believe that it helps at some point that she makes your heroes faster, both attacking and moving around. Let's look at the battle stats and see if they agree with that. Well, even if she doesn't use all of her powers, well, she seems actually quite worth it right now, because it seems like it actually gives a lot to the heroes that they're able to work faster and make shorter work of our enemies. So, well, but we will do a comparison with the setup when Bismarck was back here, and there was another hero here in the center. I think it was Louis XIV that was here with Bismarck the last time. But it'll be interesting to see how much difference it makes putting Queen Seondeok in there, especially as she has no, well, awakeness at all, so she is well, as weak as she can be right now, and that should not be in her favor, to be quite literal. So it's quite interesting, well, how much effect she has anyway, though there isn't extra attack landing on her or anything else that will enhance her damage dealing, or it only helps her do her ability more often and earlier in the game. And now I say only because, well, having all those powers landing early on is also a major thing, because it really makes a big impact early on, and we really like big impacts. And you can see here how big an impact it makes that you have so many archers shooting at the same time at the same target. It's just literally, well, melts away my heroes. So I literally need some hero that could actually do a lot better here, and well, dealing with them, but I didn't notice that my focus bar didn't really make it to the end, so we did a bit worse. Let's look at the battle stats here. All the others dying quite early means that Kin gets really a lot of extra damage given here. Though I noticed he didn't heal as much as he used to, but then again we have Bismarck self-healing because he was awoken from the dead because of his relic he has around his neck. So let's see if we can do better in battle number 7 here. A lot comes down to whether or not we can keep Tomoe Gosen alive here. So right now we just help all our units with extra attack speed, and that's really great, I think, because that really helps us a lot. Well, that's bad timing, to be quite blunt here, but let's see if we can manage against all those units just marveling around, because this is gonna hurt, because I'm afraid Tomoe will die even before, well, he makes it to his next ability blow. Maybe not. There should be some extra healing from his falconry here. So, well, I think I'd even get a 3-star of this. That's not bad. The 2-wave battle is more of a thing that can handle this team. So let's see how it looks. Now let's go for the final battle, and well, continue here, and let's conclude something after this final battle when we have engaged here in battle number 8 and see how she does. Mind that we don't really still need to gain the ability to test her fully, as we can't really block anyone's abilities here. I'm not even sure if I can find anyone who can do some mind control that we can bestow upon ourselves to help us out here, to make sure that this thing will actually succeed. Which, well, it's a bit difficult to be honest, to find someone that can actually help us test this as good as we want it to be. But let's look at the battle stats and see, well, if she is useful at least in normal battles, then we can test her in the arena another time where we don't compare her too much with other heroes. Now you can see the previous team here have used as actually a meanest there. We're actually all the way up here for comparison, but it's a bit far away here from Queen Seondeok. But let's just look at the stats up here, because, well, Bismarck damages more in average, Tomoe does the same from up here, and even the Queen herself damages more than Louis XIV's. Here it's not exactly the same, because it's meanest compared to Qin Shi Huang, and well, Qin does a lot of healing, as you can see over here. So it looks quite okay, given the circumstance that she actually enhances their powers. Let's see here. Well, he even withstands more damage. The same with Tomoe, and well, everyone seems to be taking more damage for some reason. I'm not sure that's supposed to be like that, but that's okay. And the longer time staying alive, even Tomoe gains more health than usual in these battles. Qin Shi Huang, well, it's more recognizable from this one top here, and he just, well, it can be a bit random, because I'm not sure how much effect Minus and Caesar has, but he still has less here than with King Minus, Qin Shi Huang, in the healing area, but it's still pretty good compared to Sugar the Great and the amount of healing he provides, which is actually ironically rather low compared to, well, both with King Minos and Julius Caesar, but really high compared to here where we had Manus on the team. I will say, in an ordinary battle like this one, I think the Queen does extremely well for someone only at Awaken level 1, so I would recommend using her and experimenting with her in your team. But, well, that's just my opinion. You have seen for yourself what she can do, and thus enjoy her when you get her. I will say thank you for watching this video.